Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to your Mars, Trine, Saturn astrology predictions for the 12 zodiac signs. Mars is sitting in the sign of Cancer at 14 degrees and Saturn is sitting in the sign of Pisces at 14 degrees also on September 30, 2024 exactly. However, the effects of this trine, of this transit, are going to be felt 5 days before and 5 days after. And that's why I decided to make a video for this transit. Please keep in mind that I'm a Western astrologer and I follow tropical zodiac. When you listen to this video, make sure to refer to your chart in the whole sign system and not Placidus so that you can get the best insights out of this video. Now, without further ado, let's start with the 12 zodiac signs. Hello, dear Aries, suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your Mars, Trine, Saturn astrology prediction for the 12 zodiac signs. Mars is trining Saturn exactly on September 30th, but the effects of this trine can be felt 5 days before and 5 days after. So it's a very, very important transit that I think will bring some good and beneficial effects for a lot of us Aries. Mars is sitting in the sign of Cancer in your 4th house at 14 degrees, and Saturn is sitting in the sign of Pisces at 14 degrees in your 12th house. This indicates great opportunities for a lot of you Aries to reassess and reevaluate where you want to live. The 4th house deals with your home environment, your apartment, your house, your city that you live in, the country that you live in. So for a lot of you, you may be reflecting if you want to stay where you want to stay, and also taking practical steps with Saturn transiting here. Practical steps to where you can see, maybe go on the internet and see what's out there when it comes to relocating somewhere else, looking at houses, looking at apartments, looking at places where you could go. And with the trine here, we do have that discipline to be able to do so. We can be very down to earth with this transit. And I know a lot of people are kind of panicking with Mars transiting the sign of Cancer, which I think we should not, because Mars in the sign of Cancer also has good things. It is in its detriment, but also has good things that come out of it. But specifically, these trine coming from Saturn is helping you Aries and the rest of us to take practical steps to resolve whatever we are trying to reassess in the Cancer sign. And for you, again, you may be thinking about relocating and going somewhere else. You may be taking practical steps and having that willpower to look for somewhere else. Now, the 4th house is also the house of your emotional world, the way how you view the world. For a lot of you Aries, you may really be reevaluating your emotional world. You may be feeling more realistic when it comes to maybe your childhood traumas, maybe issues that are associated with anger that you've had in the past. For a lot of you, you are coming down to reality and accepting reality for what it is and accepting your past for what it is, and really taking practical and down-to-earth steps to kind of move away from that and realize that reality is not as angry maybe as you thought it would be, or some certain things have already happened and we can't really go back in time to fix them. So now it's time to move on and really try to heal from them. For others of you Aries, you may have opportunities to go to your home country or home city if you live somewhere far from your home country. And that is because Saturn is in the 12th house on foreign lands, and Mars is in the 4th house of home country. So for a lot of you, you may have opportunities to maybe learn things about your ancestors, learn things about your grandparents, learn things about your childhood, your home country, where you came from, and kind of doing so behind the scenes, but really coming to peace with the past and what has happened, in the history of your family or in the country where you come from. This can also indicate opportunities to go maybe visit graveyards and try to reconnect, with ancestors. For others of you Aries, the 4th house is the house of doing interior designing and remodeling your home. So for a lot of you, you may have that willpower and desire to fix your home, and even if you feel a little tired to do so, you are still taking practical steps to be able to go maybe one step at a time to kind of fix things. The fourth house is the house also of the people that nurture us, So for a lot of you, you may really reconnect with people that you believe that are valuable to you. This can also be people that you see as authority figures in your life, people that you think have an influence in your life, especially in your career and your public reputation, with Saturn being the ruler of the 10th house. For a lot of you, you can connect with these individuals kind of behind the scenes, hidden from the others, at the emotional level. You may even express past traumas associated with anger and violence and things like that maybe have not been very easy for you. And so you can now kind of release those things and connect with people that nurture you in the emotional world, that you feel comfortable with expressing yourself. But this is what I have for you, Cancers, for this transit. Please let me know in the comments how things are going for you. And if you liked and resonated with this video, as always, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. If you would like to book a reading with me, you can do so through my website, takingyoutothestars.com. Under the services tab is where I have all my services listed. Right now, I'm offering readings related to vocation and money. Also readings focused on your love life, where I can talk about what your marriage or life partner could look like, karmic lessons that you're supposed to be taking with your partner, and also possible times of finding your partner by planetary transit. I'm also offering birth chart readings, positivity chart readings, and also astrocartography and relocation reading. So if you'd like to book any readings with me, you can again do so under the services tab in my website, takingyoutothestars.com. Hello, dear Taurus, suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your Mars trine Saturn astrology prediction. The trine between these two planets is happening exactly on September 30th Eastern Standard Time, so make sure to adjust it to your time zone. But it's happening at 14 degrees, and Mars is sitting in the sign of Cancer in your 3rd house, and Saturn is sitting in the sign of Pisces in your 11th house. There are wonderful opportunities here, Tauruses, to be very practical when it comes to your communication style with other people. You may be reflecting and changing the way or transforming the way how you communicate with others, especially in your organization, with your neighbors, in social media, also with people that you deal with on a daily basis. For others of you Tauruses, you may be looking into opportunities to be more involved in your local communities, in your local networks, charities, local businesses, also maybe connecting with people that live close to you. And again, you are very careful, very down to earth, very practical in the way how you communicate with them and how you talk to them. For others of you Tauruses, you may be very smart and wise when it comes to dealing with people that could feel a little angry. You may have that skill to calm them down and really kind of build a relationship with other people through this strength. This can turn into a strength for a lot of you Tauruses during this transit. Now, for others of you, the 3rd house is the house of writing, of journaling, of marketing and social media, also technology. So if you are in any of these industries, then there could be opportunities to grow and learn new things that could stay with you for a long time with this transit to Saturn. Saturn is the planet of time, and Mars in the 3rd house can give you that quick mindset or quick thinking to learn new things that could be stuck with you for a very long time. So wonderful time to learn new things, to get a certificate, maybe to do some trainings, to learn something, some skill set, something that you really want to keep with you for the longest time. The 3rd house is also the house of cars, rails, buses, short distance travel, transportation. So there could be opportunities for some of you Tauruses to go on a short distance trip with friends, to kind of spend time with them, to go to local restaurants, local shops, and spend time together, communicate together, even resolve things with this transit. I do want to say that Mars is not as strong in the sign of Cancer. It is in its detriment. However, it's being held by Saturn in the sign of Pisces. And Saturn also is not the strongest in Pisces, but it is helping Mars as it transits the sign of Cancer. And I know that a lot of you are kind of like afraid of this long transit of Mars in the sign of Cancer. It's going to go retrograde and then direct here, but Saturn is really helping Mars here. So I feel like some things could turn better than we think with this transit. And for you Tauruses, it could be in the department of communication and also of friends. I also want to indicate that there could be opportunities to reconnect maybe with friends, especially with that eclipse that we had in the sign of Pisces, but to reconnect with friends, to resolve things or resolve misunderstandings that we've had with them, but kind of doing so in a very mature way and very down to earth way with this transit. Saturn here is really helping us be very down to earth. And for others of you, it could be that this transit could bring opportunities to resolve things with friends and people that know you and your networks also. And if you don't see that things are going in the right direction, then you have the opportunity to end things in a peaceful way with these individuals and kind of move forward. But I really like this transit Tauruses. I feel like we're gonna have wonderful opportunities to reconnect with people, but also connect with new ones in a very smart and wise way. So yeah, use that quick thinking ability that Mars is giving you in the third house to learn new things and to get the best out of this transit. Remember to take action with trines, as I always say in my videos. But please let me know in the comments how things are going for you. And if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. If you would like to book a reading with me, you can do so through my website, takingyoutothestars.com. Under the services tab is where I have all my services listed. Right now, I'm offering readings related to vocation and money. Also readings focused on your love life, where I can talk about what your marriage or life partner could look like, karmic lessons that you're supposed to be taking with your partner, and also possible times of finding your partner by planetary transit. I'm also offering birth chart readings, positivity chart readings, and also astrocartography and relocation reading. So if you'd like to book any readings with me, you can again do so under the services tab in my website, takingyoutothestars.com. Hello dear Gemini suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your Mars trine Saturn astrology prediction. The trine between these two planets is happening exactly on September 30th, Eastern Standard Time, but the effects of it can be felt 5 days before and 5 days after. That's why I thought it's a good idea to maybe make a video for this transit. Mars is sitting in the sign of Cancer in your second house at 14 degrees, and Saturn is sitting in the sign of Pisces at 14 degrees also in your 10th house. This indicates wonderful opportunities for a lot of you Geminis to try to maybe increase your personal income, to speak with an authority figure, especially related to your career direction, related to how much money you want to be making, where you want to be going, where you see yourself in the future when it comes to your career and your public reputation. This can also indicate that for a lot of you Geminis, you may be taking practical steps and mature and wise steps when it comes to budgeting, when it comes to the way how you make money. You may be reassessing things, writing things down, keeping track of your expenses, of your income, of your financial resources. And for some of you, you may be even working very hard to add more personal income, to add more finances for yourself. And that's going to be even stronger when Mars goes retrograde in the sign of Cancer and then moves direct again. And we also had that eclipse in your 10th house in the sign of Pisces. So there is a lot of focus here on personal finances, on career also. But the trine between Mars and Saturn is giving the opportunity for a lot of you Geminis to be very wise, smart, intelligent, and mature when it comes to the way how you make money, how you spend your money, and reassessing your career, thinking about your career, what direction you want to be taking, where you want to be going in the future. The second house where Mars is in is also the house of your self-confidence, of your self-worth. So for a lot of you Geminis, you can get the spotlight maybe at your work or in your career or in the social media, wherever you are kind of seen from other people. That kind of strengthens your self-confidence, makes you love yourself more, makes you understand that you are maybe worth more than you thought before. And Mars also in the second house could bring opportunities to strengthen that self-confidence and self-worth. The second house is also the house of your natural passions and your natural talents. So for a lot of you Geminis, you may be thinking about using your talents and your abilities that you were born with, the talents that you were born with into this life, to take a new direction in your career, to enrich your career, to come across as an authority figure, to come across as somebody that is wise, that is very knowledgeable when it comes to your career and your public reputation and how other people know you. The second house is also the house of pleasure, sensuality, food also. So I feel like for a lot of you Geminis, you're being more careful when it comes to eating, when it comes to what you're putting in your mouth, so that you can, be more mature when it comes to it, take care of your physical body, because you want to gain some type of image in the eyes of other people. You want to be seen in a certain way, and it could very well be that you're taking care of your physical health and your physical body, with Mars being the ruler of your sixth house of your health. So you may be extra careful when it comes to eating. You may even want to look in a certain way with Saturn in the 10th house, and so you are making these shifts and these changes associated maybe with your food intake and your diet. It's important to notice that Mars also rules your 11th house of long-term dreams and goals. So again, you are reassessing the way how you want to make money, how much money you want to make, to kind of realign yourself with your long-term dreams and goals for the future. Saturn rules your 8th house, and for a lot of you Geminis, you may be thinking or trying to heal from fears and self-sabotaging patterns when it comes to your career and your public reputation, and kind of digging in that subconscious mind of yours so that you can build a new career for yourself, or some type of different reputation in the eyes of other people. And Mars here in the second house is making you focus a lot on your finances, on your self-worth, self-confidence, so that you can be known into the world as somebody, again, smarter, wiser, more down to earth, more practical, and to create some kind of stability in your life, with Saturn, being in an angular house that is triggering basically your entire chart. So I feel like this transit is going to bring some good opportunities for a lot of you Geminis in your financial world, but also in your physical health, physical body. So take advantage of it. Remember, with a trine, we need to take action, as I always say in my trine videos. So keep that in mind. But let me know in the comments, Geminis, how things are going for you. And if you liked and resonate with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. If you would like to book a reading with me, you can do so through my website, takingyoutothestars.com. Under the services tab is where I have all my services listed. Right now, I'm offering readings related to vocation and money. Also readings focused on your love life, where I can talk about what your marriage or life partner could look like, karmic lessons that you're supposed to be taking with your partner, and also possible times of finding your partner by planetary transit. I'm also offering birth chart readings, positivity chart readings, and also astrocartography and relocation reading. So if you'd like to book any readings with me, you can again do so under the services tab in my website, takingyoutothestars.com. Hello, dear Cancer suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your Mars trine Saturn astrology prediction for the 12 zodiac signs. Mars is trining Saturn exactly on September 30th, 2024, Eastern Standard Time. However, the effects of it can be felt 5 days before and 5 days after this date. Mars is sitting in your first house at 14 degrees, and Saturn is sitting in your 9th house also at 14 degrees in the sign of Pisces. This indicates wonderful opportunities for a lot of you Cancers to take practical and very wise steps when it comes to reinventing yourself, your self-identity, your self-image, and your personal style. For a lot of you, you may really research and learn things that could be stuck with you for a very long time when it comes to reinventing yourself and expressing yourself differently into the world, and in the way how you communicate with other people on one-on-one. but really in your identity, who you are as a person, your personality also. This also indicates wonderful opportunities to be a pioneer in something, to use the knowledge that Saturn has been giving you the opportunity to learn and to keep in mind, and to dive deep, in any areas that you've been very interested in, so that you can pioneer something, you can start something, you can invent something. Mars in the first house can indicate a new cycle for a lot of you Cancers, to where you may be initiating something important to your life, and starting something afresh. And so with this trine, Saturn here is helping you, Cancers, to have some type of long-term effects when it comes to this reinvention that you may be doing for yourself, for your self-identity. The first house is also the house of your physical body, of your appearance. And so for a lot of you, again, you may feel like you want to go more to the gym. You may feel like you want to build some kind of routine that you have learned about, that you have researched about, that other people have maybe taught you, especially people who are very knowledgeable in that area with Saturn in their ninth house, so that you can appear differently and you can make some changes in your physical body. So you might have that willpower, that desire to make these changes. And as we know, Mars is not as strong in the sign of Cancer. However, I feel like Saturn is really trying to help you, specifically Cancers, to have this kind of new beginning and new transformation when it comes to your physical body and your identity. Saturn here is trying to bring maturity to you, to where you can take those practical steps to have these changes. But for a lot of you Cancers, I feel like these effects are going to be felt for a long time, with Saturn also being the planet of time. You may, take these practical steps to take care of your physical body, your appearance, to maybe change your closet, to change your clothes, and come across as, differently in your appearance, but also, again, your identity and your personality. But this could stay with you for a very long time. And with the trine here, there's no conflict. The energy flows easier. So please remember to take action if you want to have this kind of new beginning for yourself, and this kind of change when it comes to your identity and your physical body. The first house is also the house of self-love. So for a lot of you, you may really love the way how you look, and come to good terms with your appearance, with literally every corner of your body. You may decide to love it and to nurture it, and to also nurture it in a very realistic way, very mature way, to where you love your body instead of criticizing it with this transit. You are loving it, you are accepting it, you are deciding to embrace it for what it is. The first house is also the house of self-employment, self-directed career. If you have a personal business, if you are in a career that you are your own boss, then this can indicate wonderful opportunities to expand your knowledge, to be very practical and very mature when it comes to the things that you learn out there, and to really use everything that you learn to benefit your identity in your business, to benefit your business, the face of the business, to benefit your self-directed career, basically, if you are in any of these industries. And lastly, the first house is kind of the house of that personal legacy, of what we'll leave behind. So for a lot of you Cancers, you may be reassessing again kind of the name that you are leaving for yourself, and how you're known to the world, and how other people can know you, and the kids and the generations to come can know you. So you may have some kind of reflection happening here, again with the transit of Saturn, the planet of time. You may feel like you need to take a certain direction in your life. And again, Mars is giving you the willpower here in the first house. So you may have opportunities to take action and to kind of change a lot of things in your life. But Saturn is really helping you here, Cancers. And Mars is going to also go retrograde in your sign, and also move direct again. So it's going to stay there for a long time. But it's going to receive that support from Saturn, which I absolutely love. So please take advantage of it. If you really want to have long-term effects in your identity, in your physical body, in your appearance, and in your self-directed career, if you have one, then remember to take action with this trine. You could have long-lasting effects with this transit. But please let me know in the comments how things are going for you, Cancers. And if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. If you would like to book a reading with me, you can do so through my website, takingyoutothestars.com. Under the services tab is where I have all my services listed. Right now I'm offering readings related to vocation and money, also readings focused on your love life, where I can talk about what your marriage or life partner could look like, karmic lessons that you're supposed to be taking with your partner, and also possible times of finding your partner by planetary transit. I'm also offering birth chart readings, positivity chart readings, and also astrocartography and relocation reading. So if you'd like to book any readings with me, you can again do so under the services tab in my website, takingyoutothestars.com. Hello dear Leos, Leo suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your Mars trine Saturn astrology prediction. Mars is sitting in the sign of Cancer in your 12th house at 14 degrees, trining Saturn in Pisces at 14 degrees in your 8th house. The trine between these two planets is happening exactly on September 30th, 2024, Eastern Standard Time. However, the effects of it can be felt 5 days before and 5 days after, and that's the reason why I decided to do a video for this transit. But this indicates wonderful opportunities for a lot of you Leos to travel abroad, to go on some type of vacation that could really help you deal with maybe fears and self-sabotaging patterns that you may have had in the past. For a lot of you, Saturn here in the 8th house is having you understand and come to good terms with self-sabotaging patterns and fears that you could have had in your life. For a lot of you, this could also indicate being more realistic about these patterns, these things that could be affecting your life. And there is diving deep into the subconscious level with this transit. For a lot of you may have opportunities to even heal with Mars in the 12th house from self-sabotaging patterns with Saturn in the 8th house. For a lot of you Leos, you may take practical steps to where you maybe do some grounding, you do physical exercises, you also dive deep in the psychological side of yourself. You also connect with spirituality, with God, with the universe, with the creator. Maybe you do some yoga, meditation. You can do all these practical steps to kind of heal yourself again at the subconscious level, and to really have some kind of new beginning for yourself, because I feel like everything starts from that subconscious level. If we deal with our fears and we accept them, then we can move forward with our lives. And Mars in the 12th house Mars here in the 12th house is going to spend some time in there. Mars is going retrograde in the sign of Cancer, and then it's going to move direct again. However, it's receiving that support from Saturn. So remember to take practical steps when it comes to dealing with your self-sabotaging patterns. Now, the 8th house is also the house of shared finances, shared resources that you may have with a family member, with a partner also. So for a lot of you Leos, you may have conversations about shared resources and finances with this partner or with this family member, to where you are sitting down together, budgeting, understanding who's putting how much money in certain bank account or certain investment that you have together. This can also indicate opportunities to get loans, to discuss loans, and to kind of do so behind the scenes again, kind of hidden from other people. For a lot of you, you may have projects going on behind the scenes. You may feel very driven, have a lot of willpower to complete some things behind the scenes. And Saturn in the 8th house is giving you the opportunity to transform something into your life and do so again behind the scenes. The 8th house is also the house of investments, of other people's money. And so if you are in the advising industry, counseling, psychology, managing other people's resources, then you can have some type of breakthrough here. You can have the opportunity to fix past mistakes and also take practical steps into bringing more clients to yourself, into building relationships, and again doing so behind the scenes. You can connect with people at a very realistic level, at a level to where you can understand each other very clearly, and you can have good understanding. You know, you can build some long-lasting relationships with this transit if you are in any of these industries. Mars here in the 12th house also indicates support from family members for a lot of you Leos. Mars rules your 4th house of your family. So these projects and things that I just discussed could also be just with a family member, to where you are talking with them behind the scenes when it comes to your shared resources, your shared finances, the investments that you have together, mortgages that you have together, loans that you have together. There's some discussion here happening, but to where you come to kind of good terms with each other and you can have some type of understanding. Mars also rules your 9th house, so for a lot of you Leos, you are using the knowledge that you have, you're using your resources, the counsels that you're getting from maybe from somebody who is very wise and smart, to kind of guide you in these 12th house and 8th house matters that I just mentioned. For others of you, you may have a desire to transform when it comes to your physical health, to change your diet, to also get more exercise in, especially with Saturn being in the house of transformation. And so you may have that willpower now to have some kind of initiation and beginning and change when it comes to your physical health. And I say change and initiation because Mars rules these things. Mars is the willpower, and in the 12th house is indicating that you may have a desire and the willpower to fix health issues behind the scenes and gain that knowledge and have some kind of and have that transformation that you need when it comes to your physical body. But for a lot of you Leos, you're staying private when it comes to all these things. You're not really sharing them with other people. Lastly, the transit of Mars in the 12th house can indicate travels with a family member to foreign lands, to where you may have the opportunity to use your shared resources. You feel like they create a solid foundation to be able to realize this foreign travel. But for others of you Leos, I feel like you're relocating with this transit, and again, you're using shared resources that can be the foundation for this relocation to make it possible with this transit. Now please let me know in the comments if this resonates with you and how life is going on for you. I always read the comments, and if you like to resonate with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. If you would like to book a reading with me, you can do so through my website takingyoutothestars.com. Under the services tab is where I have all my services listed. Right now I'm offering readings related to vocation and money, also readings focused on your love life, where I can talk about what your marriage or life partner could look like, karmic lessons that you're supposed to be taking with your partner, and also possible times of finding your partner by planetary transit. I'm also offering birth chart readings, positivity chart readings, and also astrocartography and relocation reading. So if you'd like to book any readings with me, you can again do so under the services tab in my website takingyoutothestars.com. Hello dear Virgos, Virgo suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your Mars trine Saturn astrology prediction for the 12 zodiac signs. The trine between these two planets is happening exactly on September 30th, but the effects of it are going to be felt 5 days before and 5 days after, and that's why I decided to make a video for this transit. Mars is sitting in the sign of Cancer in your 11th house at 14 degrees, and Saturn is sitting in Pisces at 14 degrees also in your 7th house. For a lot of you Virgos, you may have the support of authority figures to continue your journey in some type of long-term dream and goal that you may have for the future. There's an authority figure that is really helping you to achieve something that you've been planning to for a long time. There could also be somebody that is helping you through a contract or a partnership or a collaboration that you have with them, so that you can achieve some type of long-term and dream and goal for the future. And that is because Mars is in the 11th house that rules these things. Mars is the willpower, the desire, and the drive that we have to achieve things. And in the 11th house can indicate wonderful opportunities to do so with the support of some type of agreement that you have in place, collaboration, and also an authority figure. Mars rules your 3rd house, so this can indicate a lot of communication that you're doing, especially with a lot of people, you know, maybe in social media, also with your friends, also associated with some type of long-term dream and goal that you have, but that is being supported by some type of contract, that is being supported by some type of partnership. For others of you Virgos, Mars is giving you that drive and desire to expand when it comes to your groups of friends and networks and friendships. And you may have the opportunity to connect on one-on-one with these individuals in a very mature way, in a very down-to-earth way. You may even run across people that are going to have a long-term effect in your life in a positive way, with a trine happening here, and with Saturn being the planet of time. So again, wonderful opportunities to meet with people on one-on-one and build some kind of friendship that could last forever, that could last for a very long time. This transit could also bring the opportunity to enter some type of agreement in an organization. For a lot of you Virgos, you may even have the opportunity to start some type of work, to, you know, enter some type of contract that puts you in an organization where there's like a lot of employees and a lot of people that run it. Mars also rules the 8th house for you Virgo, so you may be using shared resources and finances at this time to achieve some type of long-term dream and goal that you may have for the future. These shared resources and finances could be coming from a partner, especially with Saturn in the 7th house. You may have the support of somebody that is very important in your life to achieve something associated with your long-term dreams and goals. And lastly, Saturn rules your 5th house, so you may be using your creativity, your charming abilities to have some contract in place, to build some kind of relationship with people, to be able to increase your number of friends and to be more acceptable in your networks and also in social media, you know, if you're active in that also. I feel like this transit is a very positive one for a lot of you Virgos, and I feel like a lot of you need it, especially with the eclipse we just had in the sign of Pisces. But there are some great opportunities here for a lot of you Virgos to achieve something that you have been wanting to achieve for a very long time. And Saturn here is giving you that support. Now, Mars is not as strong in the sign of Cancer. It is in its detriment. And Saturn is also not as strong in Pisces, but it's okay. It's like neutral. It's okay in the sign of Pisces. But the good thing about this transit of Mars in Cancer that is going to last for a little bit, we're going to have Mars move retrograde and then move direct. But the good thing about it is that it's receiving support from Saturn. So there is a need to be mature, and for a lot of us, we're going to take very practical steps, very mature steps and down-to-earth steps to be able to have some kind of initiation and achievement when it comes to the area of our lives where Cancer is. And for you Virgos, is in the 11th house matters. So again, you're receiving support from authority figures, partnerships, collaborations, contracts that you have in place to be able to achieve some type of long-term dream goal, and also enter doors and networks and groups of friends that maybe you did not have the chance before, but now you do have the opportunity to do so. And again, it could be long-lasting with the connection to Saturn here. I wish you the best of luck. Please let me know in the comments how things are going for you, and if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. If you would like to book a reading with me, you can do so through my website, takingyoutothestars.com. Under the services tab is where I have all my services listed. Right now, I'm offering readings related to vocation and money. Also readings focused on your love life, where I can talk about what your marriage or life partner could look like, karmic lessons that you're supposed to be taking with your partner, and also possible times of finding your partner by planetary transit. I'm also offering birth chart readings, positivity chart readings, and also astrocartography and relocation reading. So if you'd like to book any readings with me, you can again do so under the services tab in my website, takingyoutothestars.com. Hello, dear Libra suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your Mars trine Saturn astrology prediction. This transit is happening exactly on September 30th, 2024, but the effects of it can be felt 5 days before and 5 days after, and that's why I decided to make a video for this transit specifically. Mars is sitting in the sign of Cancer in your 10th house at 14 degrees, and is trining Saturn in Pisces at 14 degrees in your 6th house. For a lot of you Libras, you may have some kind of desire to have some kind of breakthrough and change and transformation when it comes to your career and public reputation. And there could be a lot of colleagues or employees that are really supporting you in doing so. I feel like for some of you, there could be some employee that really pushes you and has the authority, quote unquote, to kind of give you some type of breakthrough in your career, in your public reputation. If there are any misunderstandings at work, then this transit could really ease these things to where it can make a lot of you Libras take more mature and practical steps in connecting with your co-workers and the people that you deal with at your work, at your job, and even employees if you have your own business, so that you can channel any kind of misunderstanding or anger towards, being very down to earth and being very practical with this transit. I think this is a great one to build relationships at workplace, especially. For others of you Libras, this transit can indicate a desire and a lot of willpower to be in the spotlight, to gain a lot of good reputation in your career, at your job, and again, you are receiving support from other people. This can also indicate feeling strong in your physical body. I know with Saturn in the 6th house, for a lot of you, you may have had issues maybe with your health, for some of you Libras, but now the body is really supporting you into having some kind of achieved goal when it comes to your career and public reputation. Maybe some of you will need to work extra hours, 2 hours more, 4 hours more. And generally you might have felt exhausted after doing so, but this transit can give you the strength in your physical body to complete the work-related projects and career-related projects very successfully with this transit. And Mars in the sign of Cancer, again, is not as strong, but we're receiving support from Saturn here. So I feel like there could be some positive things that could be happening in your career and public reputation for a lot of you Libras. Mars rules your 2nd house of personal finances. So for a lot of you, you may even be using your personal finances. You can even feel very self-confident in expressing yourself at your workplace, in your career. You may be using your personal income to maybe change something in your career, maybe change something in your public status, in the way how other people know you and how they recognize you. For others of you Libras, it could be that a partner is supporting you in doing so. With Mars ruling your 7th house of partnerships, it could indicate that a partner is really, and this could be a business or a romantic partner, is really helping you achieve something in your career, kind of be on the spotlight and work really hard, and having other people see how hard you're working and even see you as an authority figure, even see you as a role model with this transit. And so you're receiving some kind of support from somebody in your life that is giving you the opportunity to transform your career. Saturn rules your 4th house, and Saturn is sitting in your 6th house. So for a lot of you Libras, if you've had some family member that may have dealt with health-related issues, then this transit can indicate some strengthening of that person to where that person feels a little better, and that somehow affects your public image also, to maybe, people know that maybe your family member is feeling better, and they kind of also accredit that to you and to maybe the service that you have done to that person, with Saturn being the 6th house of service. And speaking of service, for others of you Libras, you may have the opportunity to serve other people in a way that is being recognized, appreciated and loved and acknowledged with this transit. Attention could be a lot in you with this with Mars transiting your 10th house. I feel like this transit is overall going to be a very positive one. So please let me know in the comments how things are going for you, Libras. And if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. If you would like to book a reading with me, you can do so through my website, takingyoutothestars.com. Under the services tab is where I have all my services listed. Right now, I'm offering readings related to vocation and money. Also readings focused on your love life, where I can talk about what your marriage or life partner could look like, karmic lessons that you're supposed to be taking with your partner, and also possible times of finding your partner by planetary transit. I'm also offering birth chart readings, positivity chart readings, and also astrocartography and relocation reading. So if you'd like to book any readings with me, you can again do so under the services tab in my website, takingyoutothestars.com. Hello, dear Scorpio suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your Mars trine Saturn astrology prediction for the 12 zodiac signs. The trine between these two planets is happening exactly on September 30, 2024, but the effects of it can be felt 5 days before and 5 days after, and that's why I decided to make a video for this transit. Mars is sitting in the sign of Cancer in your 9th house for you Scorpios at 14 degrees, and it's trining Saturn in the sign of Pisces at 14 degrees in your 5th house. For a lot of you Scorpios, there may be a romantic partner or a romantic interest that you have that is really helping you expand your horizons. This could be somebody that comes from a different culture, somebody that speaks a foreign language, somebody that has a different perspective than yours on life, but that kind of surprises you by the way how they see the world. And so for a lot of you, you may feel very drawn to this person because they are kind of introducing you to different horizons and different perspectives with this transit. For others of you Scorpios, if you have a child or if you have children, then this can indicate them helping you expand your horizons and learn new things, maybe learn a foreign language, maybe even go into some foreign land with them, like on an international trip, to where you can learn about some other culture, expand the knowledge that you have about life, about different cultures, about different traditions around the world. So definitely wonderful opportunities to travel with one of your children. Now for others of you Scorpios, if you don't have children and if you don't have a romantic interest, then this can indicate using your creativity and also your artistic abilities to really expand your knowledge and expand your horizons. Mars in the sign of Cancer can really give you that drive and desire to learn as much as possible and to even research things, to change your perspective about things that you are interested in your life, but also meet foreigners and people that are from a different background. And so this transit can indicate meeting people kind of that perspective, kind of those qualities that are quite different from you. And so you may be even sharing your creative abilities and skills that you personally have with this other individual, to where you kind of come together and feel very comfortable expressing yourself freely to this person. Now Mars is your ruler, so it could indicate that you may be the initiator of all of these things. The 5th house is also the house of your small business, because it's the house of creativity, basically things that we create by ourselves. So for a lot of you Scorpios, you may have some favor coming from legal matters to maybe move your business forward. For others of you, you may even have some news or something good that comes associated with visas, international travel, citizenship, and permanent resident issues. Also, there could be some kind of resolving here, and also ability to get some good news that makes you happy, that brings you joy, because the 5th house is being activated. And I know that Saturn is in the 5th house, and Saturn in the 5th house, usually does not bring as much joy. However, what we have on this day, on September 30th, we also have a beautiful sextile between the moon and Venus. So that's why I think that this day is going to be a good one for a lot of you Scorpios. However, going back to the trine between Mars and Saturn, Mars also rules your 6th house, so for a lot of you Scorpios, you may be really learning about taking care of your physical body, taking care of your physical health. It could be that there's a coworker or a group of coworkers that teaches you things associated with taking care of your health and diet also, but that comes from their different cultural background. So they could be sharing, a lot of tips with you, a lot of information with you. This transit may also indicate using foreign languages to achieve some kind of project at work, to succeed in it. And for a lot of you, you may, being a bit creative in choosing to use this foreign language so that you can attract more people to you. Again, if you're in the workforce, if you're working, that could be the scenario for some of you Scorpios. Saturn rules your 3rd house of communication. So again, there's communication happening here, especially that Mars is in the 9th house, opposite of the 3rd. A lot of communication happening with people that are going to change your perspective, but in a good way. We have a trine going on here. And I do want to mention that a lot of people are panicking because Mars is going to move retrograde in the sign of Cancer at some point and move direct again. It's going to spend a long time in the sign of Cancer, I believe until April of next year. However, it's being supported by Saturn, and so this is one of those trines with Saturn that instead of using anger and frustration, we're going to take more practical and mature steps with this trine to Saturn. So for a lot of you Scorpios, yes, you may be researching and gaining a lot of information, but you might as well be writing them down, keeping notes, practicing those things that you're learning in a very down-to-earth way and realistic way with this trine to Saturn. And if you are meeting somebody during this time, like a romantic partner, then it could indicate that this person is very down to earth again, and you can come from different backgrounds together, but still come to the same agreements, like the same undertone when it comes to a lot of things that you're interested in. But this is what I have for you Scorpios for this transit. Please let me know how things are going for you, and if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. If you would like to book a reading with me, you can do so through my website, takingyoutothestars.com. Under the services tab is where I have all my services listed. Right now, I'm offering readings related to vocation and money. Also readings focused on your love life, where I can talk about what your marriage or life partner could look like, karmic lessons that you're supposed to be taking with your partner, and also possible times of finding your partner by planetary transit. I'm also offering birth chart readings, positivity chart readings, and also astrocartography and relocation reading. So if you'd like to book any readings with me, you can again do so under the services tab in my website, takingyoutothestars.com. Hello dear Sagittarius suns, moons and risings. Welcome to your Mars trine Saturn astrology prediction. The trine between these two planets is happening exactly on September 30, 2024, but the effects of it can be felt 5 days before and 5 days after. Mars is sitting in the sign of Cancer in your 8th house at 14 degrees, and Saturn is sitting in the sign of Pisces at 14 degrees in your 4th house. There's a lot of focus in your shared resources and shared finances that you have with a family member, Sagittarius, or with one of your children. There is collaboration that is happening here when it comes to your shared resources, shared finances. You may come to the same page again with a family member or one of your children. You may agree on, investing in something together, or even pulling out money from an investment that you have together, but kind of doing so in a very practical and very mature way and very down-to-earth way. This transit can also indicate having realistic expectations and conversations to where both parties are satisfied. The 8th house where Mars is transiting is also the house of other people's money, again, investments that you may have. So for a lot of you, this can indicate being involved in even investments with real estate, maybe buying, selling, renting out, properties, and doing so with the help of a family member again, or with one of your children. And that is because Mars rules your 5th house of children. The 8th house is also the house of our fears and self-sabotaging patterns and the subconscious mind. So for a lot of you Sagittarius, you may be working a lot towards removing certain fears that you have, and try to understand your emotions at a very realistic level and mature level, especially with Saturn transiting the 4th house of your emotions. And with Saturn making this connection to Mars in the 8th house, indicates that you may be finally accepting things for what they are and loving yourself for who you are also. Trying to, accept the past for what it was, and trying to be realistic and move forward with your life. And this is not that bliss that Neptune can bring, in the 4th house. That is like healing and all rainbow and unicorns. This is a very realistic way that a lot of you are approaching your emotional world and your traumas from the past, and also your mental health. This transit can also indicate being able to pay off taxes, being able to pay off insurances, getting a good insurance, getting a good tax preparer for yourself. This transit can also indicate getting clients if you are in the industry of dealing with other people's money, such as in the services industry, also, a psychologist, an advisor, a consultant, any industries that are associated with it. You could have wonderful opportunities to connect with these people at the emotional level and turn certain clients into long-term ones, and turn them into clients that are going to last, for a very long time with the connection to Saturn here. Now, again, if you are working towards getting some type of investment or increasing shared resources and finances, then this can indicate that this may last for a while, with Saturn being the planet of time and sitting in the 4th house, especially of real estate. So for a lot of you Sagittarius, you may even be considering relocating, also going somewhere else. You may be doing a lot of research work and kind of doing so in privacy, kind of behind the scenes, with with Mars also being the 12th house ruler for you. You may be considering moving to foreign lands, even opening a business in foreign lands, opening a business with shared resources and finances that you may have with a partner or a family member. This can all be scenarios with this transit. And again, you may take those down to earth steps and practical steps and be very smart and intelligent with the way how you're going to approach to these projects, because we have this beautiful trine happening here. And I know a lot of people are panicking kind of with the transit of Mars in the sign of Cancer, which is in its detriment. But we are receiving support from Saturn. So instead of maybe feeling a bit frustrated with certain things, we might feel frustrated, but we will know what to do. We will know what steps to take to be able to resolve any kind of emotional issues or psychological frustrations that we may experience. So that could definitely be the case for a lot of you Sagittariuses. This is what I have for you for this transit. Please let me know in the comments how things are going in your life. And if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. If you would like to book a reading with me, you can do so through my website, takingyoutothestars.com. Under the services tab is where I have all my services listed. Right now, I'm offering readings related to vocation and money. Also readings focused on your love life, where I can talk about what your marriage or life partner could look like, karmic lessons that you're supposed to be taking with your partner, and also possible times of finding your partner by planetary transit. I'm also offering birth chart readings, positivity chart readings, and also astrocartography and relocation reading. So if you'd like to book any readings with me, you can again do so under the services tab in my website, takingyoutothestars.com. Hello, dear Capricorn suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your Mars trine Saturn astrology prediction for the 12 zodiac signs. Mars and Saturn are connecting together through a beautiful trine on September 30, 2024. Exactly. However, the effects of it can be felt 5 days before and 5 days after. And that's why I decided to make a video for this transit. Mars is sitting in the sign of Cancer in your 7th house at 14 degrees and is trining Saturn in the sign of Pisces at 14 degrees in your 3rd house. There is a lot of focus here in your relationships for a lot of you Capricorns. With Mars in the 7th house, you may be having important discussions and communications with a partner. But instead of feeling, frustrated and frustrated when it comes to things that you don't agree on, you now are actually taking very realistic steps and having very down-to-earth communication with a partner. To where you can understand each other and kind of get on the same page when it comes to certain things that you did not agree in the past. And that is because, Saturn is in the 3rd house of communication, and it's helping a lot of you Capricorns to learn and practice communicating in a very realistic way with other people, very down to earth, cutting through bullcrap, cutting through the fogginess, and kind of, being very down to earth when it comes to talking to others. But this connection between the 3rd and the 7th house talks about being able to have this clear communication with a partner. It can be a romantic partner or a business partner also. For others of you Capricorns, you may enter some type of agreement, contract, during this time, and you may read the contract terms in a very concise way, in a very clear way with this transit, to be able to be satisfied with whatever you're signing, whatever you are starting, and to where both parties, you and the other person, are also satisfied, or the other organization, whoever you're getting into a contract with, are satisfied with the terms. Mars rules your 4th house, and so that's why there is a lot of emphasis in your partnership, maybe in your marriage, but also with family members. So for a lot of you Capricorns, you may have discussions with a family member associated with some kind of contract and agreement that you have together. You may also sit literally one-on-one together to clarify something and come to good terms with an individual, with a family member, with the 4th house ruler sitting in the 7th house of one-on-one communication and collaborations. The Mars also rules your 11th house of long-term dreams and goals for the future. So for a lot of you Capricorns, you may have some kind of wish fulfillment when it comes to some kind of collaboration, partnership, agreement, contract that you may be achieving at this time. You may be able to resolve something. You may be able to have a clearer understanding and picture of whatever contract you want to get into. It could be something that you've been wanting to do in a long time now. The 11th house is also the house of friends and acquaintances. So for some of you Capricorns, you may be using your pool of friends and people that know you to be able to achieve some type of contract and agreement, and even be able to meet somebody that you've been wanting to meet in a long time. And again, this could be a romantic person, this could be also a business person, this could be somebody that can help in your career, with Saturn being your ruler. This is very important for you, and you could be the initiator of these things. You could be the one that is wanting to make these changes and to achieve these things with this transit. I do want to mention that Mars in the sign of Cancer is not as strong. It is in its detriment, and also Saturn in the sign of Pisces is okay. It's not the strongest, but it's not the weakest either. However, we have a trine between these two planets, so the odds are that things might go more on the positive side, unless you have some squares or something going on in your chart. But this transit can break good opportunities to coming to good agreements with a partner, with a family member, achieving some type of contract that you've been wanting to do for a while now, being able to sign it, being able to collaborate with somebody or with an organization, and to be able to achieve some type of goal. And I think that's great. I hope that's going to be the case for a lot of you Capricorns. I do want to mention that if you are in the marketing industry, in writing, in journaling, communications industry, social media, also technology industry, then there could be some opportunities to have some kind of collaborations, again, some type of contracts in place that are going to benefit you, that are going to last for a while, also with Saturn being involved here, the planet of time. These things could last for a while, and you might reap some rewards slowly but surely with this transit. So I think it could be a very positive one for a lot of you Capricorns. You may also feel way more driven, and also have more willpower to kind of go after what you really want during this time. Please let me know in the comments how things are going in your life, Capricorns. You know that I always read them. And if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. If you would like to book a reading with me, you can do so through my website, takingyoutothestars.com. Under the services tab is where I have all my services listed. Right now, I'm offering readings related to vocation and money. Also readings focused on your love life, where I can talk about what your marriage or life partner could look like, karmic lessons that you're supposed to be taking with your partner, and also possible times of finding your partner by planetary transit. I'm also offering birth chart readings, positivity chart readings, and also astrocartography and relocation reading. So if you'd like to book any readings with me, you can again do so under the services tab in my website, takingyoutothestars.com. Hello, dear Aquarius suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your Mars, Trine, Saturn astrology predictions. Mars and Saturn are coming together in a beautiful trine on September 30, 2024. Exactly. However, the effects of it can be felt 5 days before and 5 days after. And that's why I decided to make a video for this transit specifically. But for you, Aquariuses, Mars is sitting in the sign of Cancer in your 6th house at 14 degrees and is trining Saturn in the sign of Pisces at 14 degrees in your 2nd house. I feel like a lot of you Aquariuses are really focused on your career, in how much money you're making, and how you are interacting with your co-workers. This transit can indicate opportunities to talk to co-workers, to talk to people that you work with the target of increasing your personal finances and income. For a lot of you Aquariuses, you may be talking about how much money you're making, how much money your co-workers are making, how much you should be asking for and looking for, so that you can increase your personal finances and your personal income. And doing so in a way that you are also keeping in mind your career, your long-term career, where you want to be, and how you want to be known into the world, with Mars also being the ruler of your 10th house, Aquariuses. Now, for others of you, if you're not in the working industry, then the 6th house rules over your diet and your physical health, and also how you take care of your physical body. So for a lot of you Aquariuses, you may be spending some money in changing your diet, going to a better gym, getting a personal trainer, eating healthier, taking care of your physical body and also of your health. And with Mars being in the 2nd house of personal finances, Saturn being the 2nd house of your personal finances, then you may have the need to make some type of budget and some type of scheduling so that you can be very organized when it comes to taking care of your physical health and your physical body. But again, doing so in a very wise way. And also in a very smart way, very practical way, very down-to-earth way. So I feel like for a lot of you, you may have some good results with this transit. And with Mars in the 6th house, you may really feel driven to make all these changes when it comes to your physical body. And Saturn in the 2nd is really giving you the ability to have the financial resources to do so. But doing it in a very practical way, not just gaining a lot of money and spending it all on taking care of your physical body. I feel like this is more of knowing how much money you're making and how much money should go where and for what. And for a lot of you, the focus is going to be in your diet and your physical health. If you are in any of the servicing industries, where you take care of other people, in the medical field, for example, or any kind of services industry, if you're an accountant also, if you are in banking, then there could be opportunities for some kind of increase when it comes to your personal finances and how much money you're making. Or it could indicate that there's a project that is coming your way that is going to really increase your self-confidence and make you come across as very mature, very wise, very smart, where people come to you for advice to be able to get this project through. But this can have a good positive effect on your
self-worth, on your self-confidence with the connection of the second house that rules over these things, and the sixth house. The sixth house is also the house of pets. So for some of you Aquariuses, you may spend money into buying a new pet, and you may feel kind of excited about it, and this pet could stay with you for a long time also. Mars rules your third house besides the 10th house that I talked about in the beginning, but it rules your third house of communication. So I feel like for a lot of you, you may be putting a lot of focus on improving your relationships with your coworkers. Maybe you're teaching somebody, maybe you are taking care of somebody at work, maybe you're training them, consulting them, advising them. This could also indicate feeling very like in control at work, being able to collaborate with coworkers, and being able to be very mature when it comes to communicating with them. Instead of feeling angry about something that you don't like, you are now being very practical and very down to earth with this transit, to where you're nice to them, they're nice to you, you are on the same page together, you're both satisfied. Saturn rules your 12th house, Aquariuses, so this could be kind of behind the scenes, or you're not really expressing yourself to other people about your achievements at work, about how much money you're making, about your career also. This can also indicate dealing with people from foreign lands, maybe serving people from foreign countries also with this transit. Maybe you are communicating with them, and you're giving money away to them too, or they are to you. Maybe they're giving you gifts with this transit. Expect something nice for some of you Aquariuses. That could be the scenario for some of you also. But generally speaking, I feel like this transit is going to be a beautiful one. It's worth mentioning that Mars in the sign of Cancer is not as strong. It is in his detriment. However, it's creating a positive trine to Saturn. And when Mars and Saturn are together, they usually talk about strong willpower and going through difficulties in a very powerful way, a very strong way, kind of resisting through whatever may come in your path. So, if you've been struggling with something at work or with your personal finances, then there could be some resolution here, or some mature and practical approach that you might take to be able to have some kind of solution. But this is what I have for you Aquariuses for this transit. Please let me know in the comments how things are going in your life. And if you liked and resonated with my video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe.
If you would like to book a reading with me, you can do so through my website, takingyoutothestars.com. Under the services tab is where I have all my services listed. Right now I'm offering readings related to vocation and money. Also readings focused on your love life, where I can talk about what your marriage or life partner could look like, karmic lessons that you're supposed to be taking with your partner, and also possible times of finding your partner by planetary transit. I'm also offering birth chart readings, positivity chart readings, and also astrocartography and relocation reading. So if you'd like to book any readings with me, you can again do so under the services tab in my website, takingyoutothestars.com.
Hello dear Pisces, Pisces suns, moons and risings. Welcome to your Mars trine Saturn astrology predictions. The trine between these two planets is happening exactly on September 30, 2024. However, the effects of it can be felt 5 days before and 5 days after. And that's why I decided to make a video for this transit. But Mars is sitting in the sign of Cancer in your 5th house at 14 degrees and is trining Saturn in Pisces at 14 degrees in your 1st house. This is a very important transit for you Pisces, especially because Saturn is being activated in your 1st house. This can indicate about a desire that a lot of you Pisces may have to use your creative and artistic abilities to remold your identity and who you are as a person, and also your personality. For others of you, this can indicate a desire to connect with your children, to spend more time with them, to be more active with them, maybe play around with them, maybe go on a walk, go biking, have fun, go out, because you may feel like this is something that you want to be known as a person as, and incorporate in your identity and in your individuality with Saturn in the first house. This can also indicate an opportunity a lot of you Pisces may have to meet somebody romantically, like a romantic partner that is very mature, very wise, and you can also come to agreements with them when it comes to maybe difficulties about life, situations that you both have experienced in the past, and kind of come together into agreement and come together to connect at a spiritual level through the hardships of life that you have experienced in the past. This transit can also bring opportunities when it comes to increasing your finances, but you may be using your individuality to where you are kind of the face of some kind of project or some kind of business. For some of you Pisces that you want to develop during this time, you feel very drawn and very motivated to expand in this project or business or creative and artistic ability by using yourself, your physical body, your image. Your face, you can put a face on this project that a lot of you Pisces may feel driven to do during this time. The planet that's being evolved here, Mars, rules your second house of personal finances. So for a lot of you Pisces, you may have those financial resources to do all of these things that you want to do. You may have the financial resources to go on a date and meet somebody that you can have some good communication with and connection with. This can also indicate financial resources that are available to you when it comes to developing your skills, some kind of creative project, or having the financial resources available to connect with a child and have some type of communication with them, go out together, spend time together, and even talk about things that are associated with your individuality, maybe things that you've learned in the past when it comes to who you are as a person and how you approach to your own identity. You could be teaching something like that to one of your children. Mars also rules your ninth house of higher knowledge. So for a lot of you Pisces, you may be sharing everything that you know with a romantic partner. You may be sharing everything that you know with one of your children, or you may be using a lot of research and knowledge that you're gaining through the internet, through meeting people, talking to mentors, gurus, people that you follow on YouTube, on social media, that you consider to be mentors and people that teach you things. Using all this knowledge to develop some kind of creative and artistic ability and move yourself forward when it comes to expressing these things. If you're are meeting somebody romantically during this time, I want to say that for some of you Pisces, it could be long lasting because there's a connection here to Saturn, the planet of time. If you are communicating with somebody, then it could have long-term effects that could be more on the positive side. I do want to mention also that on September 30, the moon and Venus are in a sextile, so I feel like it's going to be a very pleasant day, but this is specifically for September 30. It's not for those 5 days before and 5 days after because the moon is going to move away. It moves very fast. But specifically on this day, I feel like it's a very beautiful day if you want to connect with somebody, a romantic partner again, or with one of your children. Saturn rules your 11th house, Pisces, so this can indicate that you may be finally achieving some long-term goal and dream that you may have had for your identity and your personality. I am a Pisces sun, so I definitely feel like that. I've been able to connect with friends and increase my network in a way that I have always wanted to. Thankfully, I'm so grateful. So that could also be the case for some of you Pisces with this transit. You may be achieving some type of long-term dream and goal when it comes to your identity, how you want to be known to the world, how you want to reinvent yourself, how other people know you also with this transit. I feel like this could be a very beautiful time to have some long-term effects when it comes to achieving some type of long-term dream and goal that you may have had. There could also be friends and acquaintances that could be helping you during this time to, again, shift your identity, create something new for yourself that could be long-lasting, or to simply come across as more mature, wiser, smarter, with other people with the transit of Saturn in your first house. I love Mars in your 5th house, Pisces. I feel like it's going to bring very positive energies. I do want to mention that Mars is not strong in the sign of Cancer, or not as strong, because there's not such thing as like a bad placement, but it's considered to be in its detriment. However, I do want to mention that Mars is receiving support from Saturn, and generally speaking, when Mars and Saturn are connected in the chart, it could talk about willpower and pushing through any kind of difficulties to achieve whatever goal that you have in your mind. And I feel like this is going to be the case for a lot of you Pisces, especially when it comes to all those fifth house matters that I mentioned, and also your identity and who you are as a person. But this is what I have for you for this transit. Please let me know in the comments how things are going for you. And if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe.
If you would like to book a reading with me, you can do so through my website, takingyoutothestars.com. Under the services tab is where I have all my services listed. Right now, I'm offering readings related to vocation and money. Also readings focused on your love life, where I can talk about what your marriage or life partner could look like, karmic lessons that you're supposed to be taking with your partner, and also possible times of finding your partner by planetary transit. I'm also offering birth chart readings, positivity chart readings, and also astrocartography and relocation reading. So if you'd like to book any readings with me, you can again do so under the services tab in my website, takingyoutothestars.com.